Let's see if it shows me that it's live. Hey guys. Yep. Live. Okay, let's check out if it's working. Can you hear me good? Hello? Hello? Okay, I think it's working, but wait, let's restart the microphone maybe. Testing the sound just to make sure that it's working. Testing the sound just to make sure that it's working. And this, is it better? This, is it better? Yes, it's definitely better. Okay, so without the microphone then it is. I don't know, sometimes it works. Yes, it's definitely. Okay, so I wanted to continue drawing Nea a bit, and I did a very silly thing. I didn't put the new nib onto my pencil. Nice job, Katya. Okay. So I drew the nib to the core, basically. That's what I did. And I don't have any other nibs here. Sorry, I'm gonna be looking for the nibs for a second. Anyway, no one is watching, so I should have changed it. I forgot completely. But that's okay. Let's see if I have it here. Sorry, I'm going through boxes. No. So it's in the iPad box. Just a second. Let's take a quick look-see. My old iPad case. I think there was, yes, there's a spare nib. Thank you, yes. Okay, so it's weird that there was a nib for the Apple pencil, the simple one, and there was no spare nib for the Pro pencil, so weird. What is this? Okay, so we can continue drawing now. I'm just putting this away. So yeah, sorry, wasting time here a bit, but I had to change the nib because otherwise I wore it down to the iron part thingy inside. Okay, so let's continue with render a bit because I saw that today I didn't do my 45 minutes. I did 10 minutes short. So I'm gonna go into my scribbler brush and continue on rendering the feet, maybe because I stopped on the feet here, and also the hair. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna go onto the layer with the hair that I had here. First of all, I'm gonna fix the shapes so that it doesn't look kind of wobbly and wonky. Okay, so here I like this darker color, and like so. Maybe we can add it a bit here because here it's at the bottom, so we don't want to make it bright and we don't want to make any high contrast, so we can cover up the texture of watercolor. But to be honest, I really want to finish this illustration because I want to start another one. So this is why I'm doing a second stream today also. So not only that, but also the fact that I want to start another illustration. There we go. Gonna add a bit of the dark color here and blend it in, and blend in the light color into it as well. Okay, so here I'm gonna add a bit of that brighter orange, but I'm not gonna go too bright because this part of the hair is behind the foot, the leg, sorry. Okay, and here we're gonna go and fix the color of our leg in places where the watercolor went kind of off. And as I said, when it's always the outside text, like of the outside of the thing that I'm drawing, for example, the outside lines of the character in this case, this is where I'm actually not erasing lines. I'm using the same color that's in the shadow to actually cover up those lines. And here what I want to do is I want to create that darker part where the foot kind of meets the ground. Don't want to make it very dark, but I'm adding dark now. But then I will add, like, blend it in with this brownish color. But we will have that part where the foot actually touches the ground darker, and it's gonna put our character into the, like, on the floor. Her foot is on the floor, so we're gonna show that her foot is on the floor. Okay, let's take a look from afar. Yeah, that looks better. So here we need to fix that shape of the leg and fix the shape of the floor. Birds going crazy in the other room. So here I'm gonna cover this up like so and just blend it in. Okay, here what I want to do is select this color and cover up the line, because that's my line work. This is, I already like built the character, and it should be precise already, the line work. So just all I need to do is cover it up with the same color that I see here. Fixing the shape. Here we have the leg. Actually, no, we don't. Here we don't have the leg. Here we have the floor. So if we look at it, so the leg goes like so. So here there's the plaster going on top of it. Like so. Okay. Here though we have the leg. Like so. And just fixing in the line work and blending it into the, okay, into the inside part of the foot. Here I'm going to choose the color of the floor. And fix the shape of my toes. Okay. Oh, this is the wrong color. So here there's the big toe, and we're gonna create that kind of shadowy feel behind it. Okay, and blend it in together into here. And fix the color of the toes in general. And here, let's go into this shadow. Like so. So let's take a look. Does it look? I think it looks good now. So here, I don't like this area here particularly because we need to make one of the two darker or lighter. Okay, so this is our little pinky. This is our other finger. Toe, sorry, constantly mistake those two. Okay, and here we have the other toe. Like so. Okay, that's the part that is behind there, so I think it's gonna be fine. So there we go. Now let's go on to the hair that we didn't finish. I wanted to finish a bit the hair here, just to not leave it as a line, but to leave it as a kind of separation between the strands of hair. Same here. Okay, now let's go into this part. I think we have it done. Okay, the hair we have it done. Let's go on to the leg here. And here there's this kind of crease happening. First of all, I want to make it smaller. Second of all, I want to take a different color here to make that, to indicate that crease. Like so, and I think we're good. You can see the crease that the foot actually folds there. Okay. Now let's take some brown colors and let's work on our, actually no, let's fix first, let's finish the sweater. So first, go here. I'm just adding the sweater colors all around the perimeter of our sweater. Here, I use the smart word. So, okay. I'm gonna use a bit of a purple here to detach it from the hair. And I'm going to use a darker color here, picking it up from the palette directly from the hair because I want to create that separation. Okay, so now we can see that this arm pops towards us. Okay, here we go. This we have done. Here we can go a bit redder. Here we go lighter, so that we can separate the color of the sweater. And like so. Here we go redder. here we go pinkier. So always the color that is here at the edge. Okay, and here I'm gonna make the brush a bit bigger and create that kind of fuzzy texture between the two sides. Okay, the same I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna add that kind of the effect of fuzziness very lightly. Just to blur the lines of the sweater. And back with this lighter color. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the same size of the brush, and I'm gonna fix the shape over here. And what do you have? The leg here. Okay, so we need to fix the shape of the leg as well. Okay, then there's the plasters here. For now, that's okay. Alright, now I'll pick the same color here and fix the line in between these two things. So the shape, I want to fix the shape. On both sides, so I'm picking the colors on the side of the leg and the colors on the side of the sleeve. Here there's blue that went over and we can fix it. Okay, so in a perfect place maybe we would add some shadow here and like we do this kind of shading just to indicate to push it back a bit, but I don't know if it's really necessary. Let's try. Maybe this could do maybe a bit of that purple as well. Okay, so we see that leg kind of back behind the sweater, and here I have this little thing. It's like kind of looks like a hole. Okay, now I'm gonna take the blue and work on these parts. I'm gonna make some of them purplier. So these are the stitches, and I'm gonna add some shadow to them with this purple color for now, and we're mixing the colors together to see what we get. One stitch done. I'm gonna add the color to this stitch. Like so. I'm going into the lighter color here a bit and into the darker color here. Okay, going to medium color here. First let's do one. We do the darker color. I can fix this here because I don't like it. Okay, we do the darker color here to indicate that it's underneath the other one, and we add some highlights to the thread. And now I'm going to choose the medium color of this one. So drawing this one. Okay. Maybe some darker colors here where it kind of meets the sweater, and some lights definitely here to separate it, like so. And now here I need to go into my darker sweater colors. Let's do this one, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create kind of these holes around. It's like where the thread actually went through. it's the contact shadow and where the thread went through. And here's one. I don't want to go into a smaller size brush, to be honest, because already this is small enough. You can already see the difference that this gives us. Okay. And now fixing the color of that stitch. Okay, and now we need to do the same here because it's quite dirty. The color is not, like, it got mixed together with oranges. This is why colored pencil on top of watercolor always works, even if it's digital. Not creating a lot of contrast, but okay. And here I'm gonna go darker as well. Maybe this dark. And I'm going to switch into the darker color, and maybe with the darker purple. Maybe let's go bluer. Here with the darker blue, we're gonna separate these two, so from afar it's easier to see, and we're gonna create that contact shadow, so where it goes into the hole here, here, over here, over here. So everywhere that it kind of goes, the thread goes through the hole, we're gonna create this contact shadow. Okay, and now what I want to do is I want to take this brighter purple and add a bit of texture here and fix the line of this patch first of all. Okay, so there are no oranges, we don't need any oranges here. And here what do we have? The leg. So here let's create that leg shape. Oh no, that's a plaster, sorry guys, we're gonna go into the plaster later when we go into the details. Okay, let's see. Okay, the shark tooth. So I'm gonna take the color from her eyebrows and I'm going to add, oh, we didn't add one thing, we didn't add one detail. Didn't make the sweater floofy. Oh, we didn't do the color. So the sweater is, sorry, so the sweater is kind of fluffy. Okay, and also here we do that fuzzy texture. We can work more in detail on where the shadows meet. Here we need to darken it up, definitely. Like so. So we still have job to do on the sweater. Go back into the normal brush and I'm gonna fix the areas here and add the shadow over here. Okay, I think that's gonna do. Just adding a bit of shadow to separate it. Let's take a look. Yeah. Also here we can add a bit of that shadow texture. Okay. Here I'm gonna fix the color of this part. Adding shadows, and over here we're gonna add a shadow as well to separate the hand and the arm from the sweater that is on the background. We're kind of blending it all together. Let's take a look. Okay, so we do have the fuzzy texture and we need a bit more darkness here, because I see that it's not separated well enough. Let's take a look. Yeah, now it's way better. Same color goes into here. Actually, let's do this color, darker color here, because otherwise we don't see any difference. So this is a part of the sweater as well, but it's kind of on the bottom background part here, and I don't want it to cause any, like, to call for any attention, so I'm gonna make it just like palish red. Fixing the floor along the way. Here we go, fixing the ship. Okay, now we have the neck, and here we have that shadow on the armpit, so let's add it. So here what I want to do is I want to take this dark color and bring it out a bit, because it creates like an occlusion shadow, or the contact shadow, you can call it the way you want. And we need to separate the color from the sweater itself. Like so. Okay, I'm gonna, oh, sorry. What's happening? There we go. Didn't see anything. Had to load the brightness of the screen. Okay. So here we're gonna blend it in a bit. And here I wanna add lighter colors to kind of separate the color itself from the thing in from the shadow in the background. Okay, let's take a look from afar. And it looks good. Okay, and here we can add a bit of shadow under the face also, in general. And fix the shape of the face. Like so. Adding a bit of shadow color over here as well. Okay. Let's do the sleeves. Now the sleeve on the inside, I want to make it darker. But not one color only, and that's it. And I want to go like towards purplish dark here. Then over here we will have some redder parts as well. Like so, but they will also be darker because it's on the other side. Like so. Here, let's fix the color of the sleeve. Okay, I'm going to take this darker color to show that contact shadow. And here maybe let's go darker into the shadow. Like so. Adding a bit of those lines and darkening this side just a bit more. So. There we go. I think the sleeve is already better. And here, the same way we go into this color. And here I want to make that difference between the sleeve and the background. Okay, like so. I'm gonna take this color also here, and here I wanna show that it has these kind of indents a bit. Okay, and also on this side, let's do the same thing. A couple of indents. Okay, I'm gonna choose this color here and just blend it in a bit. Here it's too white. I want to just go over with the local colors that I have here. I know that is watercolor texture, but I don't want it to be so like contrasting. This is so much better. Okay, and now what I want to do is actually I'm gonna take this orange for now for this kind of to make it, I need to make it either very dark, either very light. So now we will decide. Okay, so like so. So we can leave this one as a lighter part, and then this one as a darker part of the kind of cord that she's wearing around her neck. So it doesn't have only one color. Like this, we give it some texture. And it's not pink underneath. Yeah, I think this is better. Okay. It's gonna definitely make us think about the shark tooth. And let's pick a brighter color for those highlights, maybe a bit. Okay, so here, and then with a smaller brush we're gonna go and create the kind of twisty effect. Like so. And here do this. Okay, with a smaller brush I'm gonna go dark blue. I'm gonna add that dark blue into the contact shadow areas, darker and purpler maybe. Yeah, this will work better. So just a bit larger the brush. Okay. Like so. So let's take a look. Now it looks more like a cord. We will add also then some of those highlights the same way. Okay, so maybe this. Like so. Okay, so this is, it looks like a rope. It's good. Here I already like this color that is a golden kind of ring that's holding it all together. I'm gonna go into bright colors to give it that bling. Okay, and now let's go with the peachy color for the tooth itself. back into the normal brush. This is the color maybe I was going for, maybe a bit lighter. Yeah, this is the shark tooth color. So we have this shark tooth color over here. Then I will add a little shadow here where the tooth kind of folds. A bit of texture maybe. Like so. Then a darker color where there's a hole in the tooth where this thing actually goes through. And here what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select the dark color for the sweater and make the contact shadow. So we need to show that this tooth is actually on top of our sweater and not floating somewhere in the air. For now with this color. Let's take a look. Yep, that's good. Okay. Hi everyone. Thank you guys for watching. It's like sometimes it gets lonely. Okay, so here we go with that shadow color. So to detach the tooth, I don't want it to be very contrasting, but I do want it to look as if it's even lighter in color here, maybe in some places. So it's a shark tooth. It's important. Her dad gave it to her. Okay, and now I want to take the darker red. I'm gonna go and create that contact shadow on the sweater behind the necklace, like the rope of the necklace itself. Maybe more purple. Let's find that color that I need, maybe. Okay. I'm gonna blend it back in here so that we have only the shadow near the rope itself. Kind of rounding it a bit. Okay, and here what I want to do is I want to make that rope a bit darker as it goes under here and under here. There we go, we have a shark tooth. Do we have that finger? What is this? Ah, no, that's not the finger. Ah, okay, so here what we're gonna do, we're gonna create this purple different, because otherwise I think that there's a finger there. We need to make sure that there's no confusion where the hand ends, like so. So yeah, I think for the evening session that's enough. We're almost finished with Naya. We just need some plasters, a bit of hair on top here, and then we can add some freckles and go on to the rest of the stuff. So now it's going way faster. So here I'm just gonna go into this color and not make it so obvious. Okay, let's go into bigger brush and add some of that fluff around. Okay, here do we have fluff everywhere? No, here we don't. Still need to add that fluffy fluff. Okay, like so, and also here, like so, and here we take away that line too much. Just want to make it soft. All the lines have to be soft on the sweater. So yeah, I think that's it then. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I know that actually no one is watching, but it's okay. I'm doing this for myself and I'm very proud of how things are going. So yeah, maybe if you do watch this, maybe this is going to be helpful. So thank you very much, and I will see you tomorrow in the morning when I do the next sketch. Okay?